This can be a really difficult subject to approach, and often is. But how do we keep our experienced managers motivated, on track, and consistently adding value to the business and working at the right levels? Hey, here's a scenario. Managers that have years of work experience and dealt with most situations and types of people. Their knowledge and technical expertise is still very high. They're great at problem solving. They often get, unfortunately, too involved rather than working at a strategic level, and not necessarily adding value higher up because they're still getting bogged down on the day-to-day issues. Quite often these managers can get into bad habits by doing too much, trying to please people, getting too involved, not delegating, not operating at the right level, as I've already mentioned, not succession planning or dealing with difficult conversations when they arise. And quite often their managers below them are not doing the same things either. They're just looking at above and just doing and getting too involved in situations. Plus, unfortunately, some of their skill sets can become out of date. Now, I've had all sorts of coaching conversations with people at this level. Quite often, technical directors getting involved in fixing machinery, maintenance directors getting involved in getting their hands and their bodies covered in grease, sorting out problems, sales directors going in, doing the pitches and taking over from the sales team. And then there's on and on and on examples of this. And they're not working necessarily at the right level. They're not empowering and delegating and getting the best out of their people. So they've forgotten to perhaps future-proof themselves. But not just future-proofing themselves at work, but perhaps in their life as well, and thinking what next. Perhaps they don't want to discuss the R word and the potential of that being on the horizon. It's not necessarily everything that people want to look forward to. Family life is changing. Health can be a key factor in how they feel about their future. They might feel that they don't have the value and perhaps don't have the self-esteem and the confidence, and looking over their shoulder for the younger generation catching them up. It's not always easy times for these experienced managers who've got years and years of experience in managing and leading from the front. So what's the solution? Well, it's time to press the reset button, which I seem to be saying quite a lot at the moment. And it needs to be pressed to give these managers a new lease of life and the realisation they've still got loads to offer, but they need to work at it and not procrastinate and not just accept because they've done the years that it's going to come to them naturally. Now, I've, as I say, been working with a range of managers over the last few years on these specific issues, helping to rebuild self-esteem and confidence, to enable them to continue to contribute to the business. So all that very important knowledge doesn't get lost, and all that experience and all those skill sets they've got. Because if businesses lose this, they can have a problem. But these people still need to be adding value. So, and how often are they really having those succession conversations? And having those coaching and review sessions with their people in developing them to step up and taking on the future. So if you'd like to talk about any of these areas, please get in contact. It'd be a pleasure to help, and I can talk to you about my experiences and the scenarios that I've been involved in, and you can talk about perhaps the situations you've got, and we can come up with a cunning plan. I'm sure we'll make it a success. Thanks for your time.